off, you sloppy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, Mega Crasher is here, and it is finally that time to reveal to you guys one of the absolute best doubles OU teams there is. And what's even more special about this team is that it is a mono fairy type team. And something that makes this just a little bit extra special is that it is from a dear friend of mine who has for the longest time supplied us with a series of battles demonstrating the terrifying power of this team. Do not, under any circumstance, underestimate this team just because it's fairy type, just because we got some cute Pokemon on there. That does not make it soft. As a matter of fact, anyone who underestimates this team actually turns out to be S-A-W-F-T, soft! Woo! So with that being said, my friends, this team comes from the one and only GhoulRuler, aka Josh. And Josh, I have got to say, my man, the honor is overwhelming. I cannot believe, of all people, you come to me and you want me to do a team building / rate my team video on this team. Well, my friend, you come to the right person because you will not be disappointed. I will make this one of the best damn team videos on the whole of YouTube. Yes, that is a big and bold statement, but you know what? I don't care. I will take it on the chin, my friends. So with that being said, let's dig into this team. This team is so delicious looking. Okay. So the first team member that we got comes in the form of Azumarill, aka GhoulRuler, and let's see what we got up in this. So the item is going to be a citrus berry to allow for it to restore 25% of its health when it is knocked down to 50% or below of its health, which is pretty awesome. The ability is going to be huge power, because I mean, what other ability could we possibly run on Azumarill that would make it so threatening aside from huge power? I'll tell you what, nothing whatsoever. So let's just take a look at the moveset we got going on right here. So the first move that we got comes in the form of Belly Drum. And Belly Drum is the reason why we have Citrus Berry here. This move cuts your HP in half and maximizes your attack. That means your attack is gonna fucking skyrocket. And couple that with huge power, which doubles your attack stat already. Holy shit, man! That's gonna be crazy power right there. And something else going to be crazy is the next move. That's when Aqua Jet comes in, because Aqua Jet happens to be priority on this team. And with huge power boosting, with stab boosting, with Belly Drum boosting its power, Aqua Jet pretty much one-shots almost everything in doubles OU once it gets set up, man. Man, oh man, this thing is a bruiser. This thing is a brawler. Do not let that cute face fool you. Does it even look like the face of mercy to you? Oh, hell no! So coming up next, we got Play Rough. Play Rough just pretty much puts a dent in anything and everything that Aqua Jet can't nail for good damage. And even something like Heatran, for example. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can 4 times resist Play Rough, but you better look out because Aqua Jet's gonna be coming for your candy ass. And Play Rough, although it has a 10% chance to miss, when it hits, it hurts. Especially with Stab, huge power, Belly Drum boosting the power up, it is insane. And the last move we got is going to be Protect, so that you can scout for what your opponent is going to do, and also let your partner do what it needs to do. And let's take a look at the EV spread that we got going on right here. So we got ourselves an Adamant Nature, which is going to increase the attack stat even further and lower that special attack. We got ourselves a pretty unique EV spread. We got 236 EVs into the HP, giving it an even, clean cut 400 HP. Now the reason for that is so that when Belly Drum happens, you'll be cut down to 200 HP, and that's actually when Citrus Berry comes in, and you can get that free health restoration right back up. Now, as for the attack, we got 252 attack, because we need to just load it up, man. We need to load it right the fuck up. And as for the rest of the EVs, we're going to put 20 into defense, just to add a little bit of extra bulk up in this. And man, oh man, you got yourself one set up as hell Pokemon. And see, we are just not even scratching the tip of the Avalugg. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next Pokemon we got going on here. we got ourselves partner number 2, that being GhoulRuler, aka Aromatisse. And Aromatisse is going to play the supportive role in this battle. Now, we got ourselves leftovers to allow for us to have a little bit of health restoration at the end of every turn, and the ability is going to be Aromatisse. Just take a look at that sexy ability. It protects you and your allies from the likes of Attract, Disable, Encore, Heal Block, Taunt, and Torment, which is amazing because this team now cannot be taunted as long as Aromatisse is on the field. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first move we got is going to be Trick Room, which means that for 5 turns, slower Pokemon move first. And considering that this team is not Usain Bolt fast, Trick Room is going to make it so that these slow Pokemon suddenly become fast Pokemon. Coming up next, we got ourselves Heal Pulse, which means that this move right here heals the target's HP by 50% of the maximum health, which is amazing. And I gotta say that this Pokemon right here, you do not want to underestimate this thing because of the fact that it doesn't really hit all that hard. It's meant to be a supportive Pokemon, but like I said, you don't want to sleep on supportive Pokemon. This is crazy. Coming up next, we got ourselves Disable, which means that for 4 turns, it disables the target's last move used. Now this is especially crucial, considering that if a Pokemon was to, say, use a very powerful or super effective move against you, and you survive, you click that Disable button, and guess what? They can no longer use that move that threatens you, which is pretty damn awesome. And lastly, we got ourselves Moonblast, which is your only means of offense from Aromatisse, and it's Stab, and it has a 30% chance to lower the target's special attack by 1 stage, which can pretty much be a game changer right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So we got ourselves a Bold Nature, which allows for us to have more defense and less attack. And let's check out the EV spread. So we got ourselves a unique EV spread right here. So we got ourselves 180 in HP and 164 in both the defense and special defense. You just take a look at those stats right there. You know that this Pokemon is going to be taking hits from both the defensive and the special defensive side. And this thing has enough bulk to be able to set up 1 Trick Room. And from there, it's like you're going to be able to wreak havoc. Especially given the fact that Pokemon like Azumarill is slow as shit. They're going to be able to outspeed the majority of the faster Pokemon and just destroy them with Play Rough, which isn't priority. But guess what? Because of the fact that Trick Room is in effect, that base 50 speed doesn't matter because it's going to be fast. Oh man, this is crazy. So anyways, that right there is going to conclude Aromatisse. Let's go ahead and look at team member number 3. Woo! We got ourselves Mr. Mime, aka Ghoul Mime! And Ghoul Mime is yet another supportive Pokemon that just completely surprises the hell out of me as to just how good this Pokemon is. So let's go ahead and analyze this Pokemon. So we got ourselves the item Safety Goggles, which is a pretty unique item, if I might say, because the holder is immune to powder and damage moves from Sandstorm or Hail. And take a look, powder! That means that it can't be put to sleep by Sleep Powder or by Spore, both of which are pretty damn common in Doubles OU, I might add, especially Spore. So this right here is definitely a must on something like Mr. Mime, because the thing doesn't like to be put to sleep, okay? In fact, no Pokemon here likes to be put to sleep. Coming up next, we got the ability that is going to be Filter, and what this does is it reduces the damage of super effective moves by 25%, which means that this just adds on to the surprisingly good bulk of Mr. Mime. And I say surprisingly because I'll show you in a minute here. But the first move that we got is going to come in the form of Quick Guard. And what Quick Guard does is it protects the allies from priority attacks this turn. That means moves like Fake Out, moves like Priority Gale Wings, Brave Bird, Extreme Speed, Sucker Punch, all that stuff. Quick Guard protects your team, man! Which means that any strategy that relies around priority moves gets shut down. Coming up next, we got ourselves Wide Guard, and this protects the allies from multi-target hits this turn. That means moves like Heat Wave, Icy Wind, Rock Slide, Earthquake. It doesn't matter. Any move that's meant to be widespread damage, guess what? Wide Guard is like, nope, guess what? I'm gonna protect my entire team from that shit, so you can't do anything to me this turn, bub. Oh yeah! And coming up next, we got ourselves Follow Me. One of the best moves in doubles OU. Holy fucking shit, man. What this does, okay? What this does is the foe's moves targets the user on the turn used. So that means that when Follow Me happens, your opponents have no choice but to attack the Pokemon like Mr. Mime if it uses Follow Me, which is another reason why Mr. Mime is an MVP on this team, because say if you have something like, I don't know, Azumarill that wants to set up a nice belly drum and get that attack stat up, well guess what, Follow Me is like, guess what, Azumarill, I'm gonna be a sacrificial lamb and direct the attention towards me while you go ahead and set up that nice little belly drum and win the battles for us. Coming up next, what do we got? We got ourselves Safeguard, and that means that for 5 turns, this protects the user's party from statuses. That means that any burns, any paralysis, any status, period. Safeguard is like, nope, denied, bitch, denied. Which means that any strategy that revolves around stalling out your opponents with any status moves, guess what? Done, son. You're done. Ain't gonna happen for 5 turns. So let's go ahead and take a look at the EV spread right here. So we have ourselves a Bold Nature to allow for us to have a little more defense and a little less attack. Not that we need attack, oh hell to the no. We have ourselves a pretty unique EV spread right here. We got 184 on the HP, 172 on the defense, 52 on the special defense, and 100 on the speed. Now, this right here is a very well-rounded spread, allowing for you to take hits left, right, and center, and not to mention that, with a little extra speed, allows for you to outpace base 70 speed Pokemon with maximum investment if they run a speed-neutral nature. So this right here is a pretty damn awesome set, if I do say so myself. Coming up next, we get to the hard hitters of the team. Let's go into team member number 4, that being Sylveon, aka Ghoul Bishop. This Pokemon right here, holy shit, it hits so deceptively hard. This is one of the craziest Pokemon that you could ever have in doubles OU. Check this out. So we have ourselves a Pixie Plate as our item, which boosts the power of Fairy-type moves by 20%. And get this, we have Pixelate, which is like an amped up version of the Pixie Plate. And check me out on this. This Pokemon's normal type moves become Fairy type and have a 1.3 times power. So let's just think about this equation for a moment. You got Pixie Plate, which boosts the power of Fairy type moves by 20%. You got Pixelate, which boosts the power of normal to Fairy type moves by 30%. And then you got Stab, which is another 50%. That means that moves like Hyper Voice is like essentially a free choice bet. And Hyper Voice hits multiple targets and it just, oh my god, it ruins lives. It shits all over Pokemon that's not ready to take on Sylveon. It is truly one of the most threatening Pokemon there is in double OU. Bar fucking none. Coming up next, we have ourselves Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball is a Ghost-type move that has a 20% chance to lower the target's special defense by 1 stage. So that means if something like Hyper Voice somehow doesn't do the job for you, well guess what? Shadow Ball can, as it nails the likes of Psychics and Ghost-type Pokemon, which is pretty damn sweet. Coming up next, we got ourselves Protect, and Protect is a very nice move to have on something like Sylveon, as it is very offensive and doesn't really have any self-support, which is why, for Protect, it allows for you to scout out what your opponent's going to do, and all the more let your partner work its magic and support you the best way it can. And lastly, we have ourselves Hidden Power Ground, as it is a very nasty surprise to the likes of any Steel-type switches, such as Bisharp, such as Heatran, like, Pokemon that would easily be able to wall out Hyper Voice and Shadow Ball get smacked up crazy by Hidden Power Ground. So let's go ahead and take a look at the EV spread we got going on here. It is insane. We have ourselves a Quiet Nature to lower the speed and increase the special attack. And we have ourselves a really awkward and unique EV spread here. So let's see, we got 76 on the HP, 160 on the defense, 252 on the special attack, and 20 on the special defense. Now this right here allows for us to have a little bit of extra bulk that is well-rounded on both the defense and special defensive side. We're mainly focusing on this thing just to be an absolute brute when it comes to offensive power. I mean, that base 110 special attack, it may not look like it's like, oh my god, it's like not super threatening or whatever. Bruh, Hyper Voice, son. Hyper Voice is the key to Sylveon's success and power in doubles OU. And in singles OU too, because this thing is pretty damn hard hitting either way. So coming up next, we have ourselves the mega of the team, known as Mawile, aka Ghoul Empress. And this Pokemon right here, oh my god, it is brutally powerful. So the item for choice is going to be Mawile, aka its Mega Stone, to allow for it to achieve Mega Evolution in battle. And the ability is going to be Intimidate, which is very awesome because this allows for you to cut your opponent's attack by 1 stage. Which is very awesome because it allows for Mawile, or should I say Mega Mawile, and team to be able to tank up hits a little bit better on the physical side. So coming up first, we have Play Rough, and Play Rough is a must on Mega Mawile, as this allows for you to deal Fairy type damage. Not to mention that upon Mega Evolving, you get huge power, which doubles your attack stat. So that's a free Swords Dance, dude. Like, you almost don't even need Swords Dance on this thing because it just hits hard naturally. So, Play Rough demolishes anything that doesn't resist it. It is absolutely insane. Coming up next, we have Protect, and Protect is a must on Mega Mawile, as it is on the likes of Sylveon, as well as Azumarill, because these are your attackers, okay? They need to be able to have a turn to be able to collect their thoughts and plan out their next move of attack. So this allows for you to scout out your opponents while your partner does something that hopefully will support you and change the game and the complexion. So coming up next, we have ourselves Fire Fang, which just nails steel types, barring Heatran, for super effective damage. And with huge power boosting it, it's insane. It is absolutely insane, man. Holy shit. And coming up, lastly, we have Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a dark type move, which will target and go first if your opponent plans on attacking you. So this right here is just, it is the coup de grace. It is the cherry on top of the cake as to just how threatening Mega Mawile is. It doesn't matter if it's doubles OU or singles, it doesn't matter. This thing is crazy good. So let's go ahead and take a look at the EV spread that we got going on here. We got ourselves an Adamant Nature to increase that attack stat by 1 stage. Or not by 1 stage, what the fuck? Can you imagine how broken that would be if, say, you had an ability that boosts any stat and actually boosts it up by 1 stage? That would be pretty damn cool. But anyways, get back on focus here. Adamant is going to boost up your attack stat a little bit more. So we have ourselves 196 in the HP, 216 on the attack, and 96 on the special defense, giving you some really good special defense bulk so that you'll be able to tank special hits a little bit better. And with 196 HP, allows for you to have good overall bulk to be able to take hits and dish them back pretty hard too. With that 216 EV spread in the attack, oh my god, it is absolutely insane. But if you think all this insane, coming up next, we have the final member of the team, known as Ghoul Knight, aka the Togekiss, son. So this right here is a Pokemon that is just filled with mind games. Like, this is a mindfuck of a Pokemon. Just check me out, okay? So we have Rocky Helmet to allow for us to chip away at physical Pokemon that try and make contact with you and take you down. Guess what? If a folder is hit by a contact move, the attacker loses 1/6 of its maximum health, which is insane, because this right here will not only bait physical attackers away from attacking Togekiss, but if they happen to attack you, they're going to be losing a little bit of health, which can make and break the game. The ability is going to be Serene Grace, which doubles the effects happening from moves that have a secondary effect. So that means moves like Fire Blast, moves like Air Slash, are going to have their secondary effects doubled. So that is crazy. And speaking of which, Fire Blast is going to be our first move, which demolishes Steel-type Pokemon. It is base 110 power, base 85 accuracy, and has a 10% chance to burn the opponent. But with Serene Grace, now that becomes a 20% chance. So that's pretty damn cool. Coming up next, we got Follow Me, and Follow Me is another awesome move on Togekiss because this directs the attention of the opponents right to Togekiss, and they have no choice but to attack the Togekiss itself. So that means that Pokemon like GhoulRuler, aka Azumarill, can set up a belly drum potentially and be able to sweep teams. This is absolutely amazing. And what's even better about Follow Me is that any Pokemon that relies on contact moves to get the job done, they're going to have their health chipped at by Rocky Helmet, which is absolutely amazing. Coming up next, we have Air Slash. And Air Slash is Flying type stab, base 75% power, base 95% accuracy, and it has a 30% chance to flinch. And get this, okay, get this. Thanks to Serene Grace, that 30% now becomes a 60% chance. Holy shit, that's crazy. That is insane. And lastly, we have ourselves Protect. That way we can scout out what the opponent is going to do and just really stall out the game and mess with the teams. Because this team right here is just filled with mind games. Hence why it does so well in battle. Because they have strategies that you almost either don't expect, or strategies that may look rather gimmicky on paper but work wonders when put into practice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the EV spread. We got ourselves a Calm Nature, which allows for us to have a little extra special defense and a little less attack. Not that we need the attack, but take a look at the EV spread that we got going on here. So we got 252 EVs into the HP, 196 into the defense, and 60 into special defense. And you take a look at the EV spread right here. This thing is bulky as hell. This thing is going to be able to take hits for both the physical and the special side. This thing is a tank. It is the tank of the team. Aside from the likes of Ghoul Healer and Ghoul Mime, oh my god, this thing just oozes support all the way. This is amazing. Not to mention it has a pretty respectable base 120 special attack, which means it's going to hit surprisingly hard, even if it's uninvested, with the moves Fire Blast and Air Slash. Woo! Oh my god, this is one amazing team. And this, oh my god. Woo! I cannot believe that a team like, actually I can believe it, that a team like this has, from time and time again, broken past the 1600 ranking on the Doubles OU ladder, and I have demonstrated multiple times just how well this team functions in battle. It is amazing, and only somebody like Josh can be a pro at using a team like this. He is the master of Fairy-type Pokemon in Doubles OU. So that right there, my friends, is going to conclude this team building video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have, make sure you fire off a like on it. Let's see if we can aim for an astronomical 15 likes. Let's keep that like hype going. This team deserves a hell of a lot more likes, but I don't want to get greedy with the likes. So, you know what? If you want to like it, like it. It definitely helps, man. It definitely helps. And I think that GhoulRuler, aka Josh, will definitely appreciate this. And for those of you guys that want to have a demonstration as to just how good this team is, check out the multiple battles that I've uploaded here involving this team. This team is so good. Oh my god. So if you want more content like this, make sure you rate, comment, share this video, and subscribe today to Mega Crasher in the community for the best Pokemon Sun and Moon hype that there is on YouTube. Because you already know the deal by now, friends. When we're a community Titan pack and Titan is one, you know that we shine brighter than the sun and the moon combined. Woo! So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next upload. Woohoo! Bros wanna act hard, they need to take it easy.